Y'all, today's video is gonna shock, horrify, and make you die laughing all at the same time. Because I have the funniest, literally the funniest thing to share with you guys today. I seriously, when I found this all out, I could not stop laughing. It is hilarious. But before we jump in, please do me a favor and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. So really quickly, I just wanted to say hello to everybody. I know I've been gone for a while. I think it's been about a week or so. I haven't been feeling well, but I'm back and I'm ready to get into this. So it looks as though Ryan Anderson, obviously Gypsy Rose's ex-husband, has been living his best life because he has been on TikTok dropping nuggets for us to feast on, like the little gossip drama savages we are. But here's the kicker. He's not even the one posting them. No siree. Both things I'm about to talk about were actually posted by two other girls who posted it to their TikTok, which just chef's kiss, just makes it that much better. So one of the videos was actually posted by this girl who is like a waitress or a bartender, I'm hearing. And she goes by Bannon's Banter on TikTok. And in this video, she is with Ryan Anderson. And the video is currently sitting at 21.6 million views. And that was at the time of me researching. So I'm sure by now it has way more. Now, before we watch this, let me just say that this video is so fire because the girl is fine as hell. Let me tell you, she is stunning, and you just know Gypsy's got to be losing her mind over this, which is why I'm saying, like, delicious. We love it. We love it, Ryan. Okay, let's take a look.
Honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a Chad.
So that was it. Very short, but I mean, just pure gold. And that video alone is just hilarious. But Ryan didn't stop there. Because like I said, it's pretty clear that Ryan's out here living his best life. And I love that for him. Because after everything he's been through with Gypsy and after the hell she put him through, I'm so glad to see him finally putting himself out there. And it seems as though he's finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So like I said, Ryan didn't stop there. He continued with the epic troll, although I don't even think he's trolling. I think he's just living his best life, but it would be an amazing troll because we know how upset this is making Gypsy. It's obvious, as we'll see in a second here. But Ryan posted a second video with another girl where she is just shaking that ass all up on him. So I can't play the sound, but it's just that song that goes, get it girl, get it girl. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, as we can see, that girl was twerking all up on Ryan Anderson. And that video was posted by JMO for show on TikTok. And that video is currently sitting at 5.5 million views. But yeah, all in all, that was it. It was just those two videos. Nothing too crazy, right? Pretty innocent if you ask me. I mean, I don't think those videos that those girls posted with Ryan are anything crazy or wildly inappropriate or disrespectful in any way. But of course, it seems as though Gypsy doesn't feel the same because this sent her into an absolute fucking spiral. She then hopped online and dropped what can only be described as the most unhinged comment I have ever read in my life. Let's just say she was not impressed, to say the least. Gypsy comments on a repost of that video, the twerking video. She says,
"He is only oh so brokenhearted when he is on live receiving gifts using my name for sympathy and clout. This is so double standard."
Girl, what the hell are you talking about? Girl, you literally do not have a leg to stand on when it comes to talking about what Ryan is doing, considering that you cheated on him, lied to him, left him, and are now having a baby with someone else. I mean, do I even need to say it at this point? It's quite obvious. It's honestly hilarious to me that she is constantly going on and on about how unbothered she is and posting about how she's in her unbothered era when it is so obvious that you are bothered as hell. I mean, literally, she cannot even hide it at this point. This girl is she's big mad. Big mad. And, obviously, of course, that comment didn't go over well. People are rightly calling her out and being like, girl, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? What are you thinking? You are literally insane, more insane than we thought, if you think you have any right to be telling Ryan what he can be doing or talking about a double standard. Girl, you talking about a double standard? The girl who literally did a measly 8 years, meanwhile, a man with autism who you coerced and convinced into committing your crime for you is spending the rest of his life behind bars. You're talking about double standard. Okay, hilarious. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that tangent there, but she's obviously bothered and she started receiving some comments. I wouldn't even call it backlash, but people were not having it, let's just say. So, of course, because she can never shut her mouth, she just had to hop on live to clarify her comments. Let's hear what she had to say.
So, I want to address a little comment that I made yesterday on a video. I'm sure all of you have clipped it and screenshotted it and seen it. So if you're in this live and you're watching, go ahead and clip this portion of the video because I know a lot of people will. So
hey girl,
I want to explain why I put the comment that I put on a video that I seen of Ryan dancing with a woman. How do I put this? I want Ryan to move on. And this, I don't talk about Ryan in my lives because I don't want to. I don't have to, I don't want to. I have lots of other things to talk about. So, yesterday when I came across this video, for the last, I want to say, couple weeks, Ryan has increasingly kind of gotten on my nerves.
Girl, you're getting on our nerves.
I mean, he was my husband. I can say that, okay? And we are still technically married. So, I think it's completely normal for people to go back and forth with each other in little tit-for-tat ways.
Let me stop you right there. Yeah, girl, it's definitely not normal to be going back and forth when you're pregnant with the man that you cheated on. Literally cheated on. Especially all over social media. That is completely a whole nother level of messy. It's not normal to be airing out all your drama for the world to see. And it's definitely not normal to be putting your unborn child in the middle of all of it. Honestly, none of this is normal.
Okay, I'm not gonna say we're on bad terms, but we're not on good terms. We're just on terms. So,
girl, what the hell does that mean?
When I seen the video, I was not jealous. I am happy for him. If he wants to go and dance with a million girls, if he wants to go to a club, cool, I'm happy. I don't care. I want him to find someone and I want him to be happy. But what I am disappointed in is society. So it was not even Ryan's video that kind of made me frustrated. It was society's view of the situation.
Society, guys.
So, and I understand that sexism and favoritism towards men has been a thing for as long as can be, okay?
Oh, hell no. I know she's not about to blame all her bullshit on sexism. Oh my God. Girl, this is your mess. This is the mess you created. You are so drama-filled, and every second of your life needs to revolve around you. That's why you're always getting into some shit. And now you're trying to turn this into a women's rights thing. Nah, girl, we're not buying it.
So I just don't see how when a man does something, then it's praised. But when a woman does something, she gets slandered and slammed for it.
If Ryan would have cheated, he would have gotten slammed too. Trust me.
It's hard. I left the marriage. I was not a good wife. I could totally admit where I'm wrong in that situation. But I did file for divorce. I did go ahead and make that separation legally, and then got with Ken. And I'm happy.
Did she just say she got separated and then got with Ken? We have the receipts. What are you talking about? You literally admitted in that leaked episode of your trash Lifetime show that you had been talking to Ken since the beginning of the year while you were still married to Ryan. Girl, just stop it. Just literally stop it. Because you know you're lying and you know we know you're lying. It's ridiculous.
I'm happy in my life and I want Ryan to be happy. There are very few times that I'm on live and I go off on about Ryan. Blah, 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 blah. I don't do all that. Now, when I'm asked in interviews about him, I always say the truth. I always say, hey, I hope he's healing. I hope he's doing well. I want good intentions for him. But that's that. That's it. I do feel like all he does is talk about me and his lives, and it is frustrating because it's like you do have your own life going on, so why don't you talk about like your life?
Okay. God. So here's the thing. I do think Ryan talks about her a lot. However, this was all a very huge part of his life, and it's not just her life. This is everything that she did to him. So of course he is shocked. He's heartbroken. He's going through all these emotions. So of course he's going to be talking about it for a while. This was a huge part of his life. And this was his life too. It's not just her life. She's like, why don't you talk about your life? This was his life. He was married to you. This was a huge part of his life. And in my opinion, I think he is still healing from it. Obviously, he's not fully healed. And I am of the opinion that he can talk about whatever he wants, whenever he wants. And in fact, I wish he would talk more. I wish he would expose your ass and spill all of your dirty ass little secrets. But you know he's loyal and you know he won't. I think he could talk about it as much as he needs to, and you have no right to tell him to stay quiet about it.
And so it's kind of one of those things that like he can talk about me all he wants, and people praise that and people are okay with that. But I can't even shoot one shot at him at all.
You are, though. You are. People just don't like it because they think you are scandalous.
And I'm like, I get it in one sense, and then another sense, like, y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Y'all don't know what I have dealt with this man over the last, year. That's private, and that remains between us. So whatever little shots that he took that was definitely daggers to the heart, go unnoticed and like unknown by the public, because I'm not going to put his business out there like that. I haven't so far.
Girl, yes, you have. You have put so much of his business out there. Let's see. You talked about how he had a dirty ass fridge. You called him a hoarder. You compared him to your mom. You also said that living with him was like another form of being in prison. You even, and we saw this, girl, you even tried to manipulate him into yelling at you so that you could catch it on camera and then turn around and say that he's been mistreating you. Honestly, you're the reason why we know so much stuff about Ryan, stuff we definitely shouldn't know. And actually, on the show, he even got upset with you because you were airing out so many details that he didn't want out there because he didn't want to get in trouble from his job because he's a teacher. And he was like, the world doesn't need to know about all this, but yet you didn't give a shit. You didn't care. You kept airing out all of his business. Ew. And airing out and telling us all about your nasty, disgusting bedroom activity and continued to do it even after he asked you to stop, which is information that still haunts me to this day. You know damn well you've put plenty of his business out there. So just stop. Just stop.
And so I have done very minimal shots to him. And he's done small shots to me, but they are irritating. We irritate each other. We're exes. That is completely normal.
Sorry to stop it again, but I just can't stand how she's trying to brush this off like it's normal ex drama, acting like it's just them being irritated with each other. Like, no, girl, none of this is normal. You planned this all out from the start, and you literally were on your reality show trying to paint Ryan as the villain so that when you inevitably left him for Ken, your audience would be like, oh, it's okay that she cheated and she left Ryan because he was a jerk anyway. And let's not forget, You cheated on your husband and got pregnant by the guy you used to make your husband jealous and insecure the entire time. Then you allegedly go on to feed tabloid stories in order to trash him even more. None of this is okay. Honestly, Gypsy, you are an absolute menace to society, and nothing about any of your relationships is normal.
And so that's why I'm addressing this. Like, I do want his healing.
Girl, maybe you should stop worrying about his healing and start focusing on your own.
I want that for him more than anything. I feel like a lot of guilt for breaking his heart. But at the same time, breakups happen every day. Divorces happen every day. It's not something exclusive to us. That's my take on it. I feel like, for the most part, I've been very classy. I might not have always been classy, but I have been trying to be classy about the situation. And I just want him to give me that same respect too. He doesn't have to, but it would be nice. And I think the bigger picture here is there is a child in this situation. It's not his child, so I know that it's not his problem, but there is a child involved.
Oh my God. First of all, since she wants to talk about being classy, Ryan has really never said anything to make her look bad or to drag her in any way. I mean, honestly, the worst thing I can really think of that he's ever said about her was the story about her pulling out $12,000 from their joint checking account without telling him for Taylor Swift tickets. And if that were me, I'd be doing a lot more than just telling the internet about it. So she should honestly consider herself lucky there. But even while thousands of people are in his lives and in his comments begging him to tell more and give us the tea, he's still always remained respectful. And I think almost to a fault. It's almost been annoying to see how much he has supported her through all of this. And people have called him out on it and said, it's very cringe and you look kind of silly defending her after everything that she's put you through. So honestly, she's very, very lucky. Any normal guy that was with her that wasn't Ryan would have dragged her out by now. Trust me. Most guys are not going to be as respectful and loyal as Ryan has been throughout this whole thing. And yet, on the other hand, you have literally defamed and dragged every person's name through the mud that you've ever had a falling out with, including your own mom. That really says a lot about your character and the type of person you are. And also, while we're on the subject, Ryan owes you nothing, and he doesn't owe your child anything either. Not a damn thing. So for you to sit here and use your child to manipulate him into doing what you want is just wild and honestly disgusting. But you were right about one thing. This isn't his problem. It's yours now. And I'm not saying that having a baby is a problem, but your baby, your mess, and your relationship, that's your problem, not Ryan's.
And right now, me and him are acting very childish of our own. And we both need to grow the fuck up. Because it's not about him, it's not about me, it's not about Ken, it's about this baby.
No. Your life is about that baby now. You and Ken are the ones who are dedicated to raising that child. As for the rest of us and for Ryan, stop trying to drag him into your situation with your family and your baby. He can do or say whatever the hell he wants. And if he wants to get on this internet every damn day and talk about your relationship with him, that's his prerogative. There is nothing you can do or say about it. You need to realize he owes you nothing and he owes nothing to your baby.
This baby is innocent in all of this. This baby didn't ask to be brought into the situation.
Are you right about that?
The grown-up thing to do would be for the both of us to stop this tit-for-tat game, and once the divorce is final, go our separate ways. Like, I'm happy in my life with Ken. We're expecting a baby. He can have a girlfriend. I don't care. Happy for him. But
girl, then why'd you come on the internet and start all this damn drama? Why involve yourself in something that had literally nothing to do with you? Nothing. And why comment something like that on a video where Ryan is finally putting himself out there and having fun? Clearly you do care, and clearly you're very bothered.
for me, it's kind of like, don't sit there and then constantly be like, she's my wife, I can talk about her all I want. She's my wife, she's my wife, she's my wife. Well, looking at that video, that's my husband. That's my husband. He's slapping some girl's ass. That's my husband.
Gypsy, stop. Don't come around here trying to claim him as your husband after everything you put him through. You broke his heart, tore up his entire life, and then kicked him and Pixie to the curb. Now that he's happy and starting to enjoy life again, you're sniffing around. Gypsy, get out of here.
We're still married. He's still married. I'm still married. What I'm saying is 2 wrongs don't make a right. So, with that being said, this is the last time I'm talking about him on social media. I'm not going to talk about Ryan, and I would hope that he would give me the respect, or if he doesn't respect me, please respect my child, because my child doesn't deserve all this chaos.
What? What does your child have anything to do with Ryan dancing with a girl on TikTok? And again, Gypsy, he doesn't owe you anything. It sounds like you're confusing him with Ken. He's gone. He's not responsible for you. And stop using your unborn child to guilt trip us. It's not working. And if all of this drama is stressing you and your baby out so much, then stay offline. Weren't you just on that podcast talking about how you and Ken stay offline and don't get involved in online drama? Yet, here you are. What happened to that? What happened to you guys staying offline? Because to me, seems like all you ever do is stir up drama online and then play the victim. And quite frankly, we're all sick of it.
And that's the way I feel about it. Like, I want us all to be at peace with the situation and, like, move on. Like, I'm doing my best to move on. I don't purposely shoot shots at Ryan often. So when I do, it's because I'm, like, really, really fed up. And, I mean, raise your hand in the chat if you've ever had an ex that just got under your skin, dude. Like, seriously. Like, and the thing is like, in the past, like, he has said on lives, like, I'm moving on, but then, like, 2 days later text me that he misses me. And I know that's part of the healing process. But I feel like it's a facade for lives and people, the public. And I feel like he's not really moving on when he does that. So, yeah, I get frustrated. I still don't know what's going on with this freaking court. I texted my lawyer
with the filters
yesterday. She was supposed to give me a call. I'm waiting for her to give me a call. Last thing I heard was that, like, Ryan went in to sign the divorce papers. So I signed, he signed. We're just waiting for a court date and for the judge to finalize everything. And, like, where our court is, our courthouse or whatever, they're running, like, 2 weeks behind. As I was told this by my lawyer, that they're running, like, 2 weeks behind on docket because of the hurricane that hit. I think it was, like, Hurricane Francine that had hit.
Oh no, Gypsy really does have the worst luck with hurricanes, doesn't she?
So, I haven't had any update. Like, it wasn't anything that delayed it about the paternity or anything like that. It was because the hurricane delayed it. So, I'm just waiting. I'll text my lawyer again today and see if I can get any kind of update. But I mean, I want to be divorced just as much as he wants to be divorced. Like, and then we can go about our lives. And I mean, if he wants to forget I ever existed, that's fine. I just, it is just not good for any of us in the situation. So we need to be adults. So if Ryan is watching this live, which I'm guessing he's at work, so he's probably not. But if he's watching this live, and if this live gets clipped, I want you to be happy, Ryan. I really do. I want it to be genuine.
Guess what? That's not up to you. You can't put conditions on how he chooses to live his life and move on. If he wants to date 20 girls and have 100 side chicks and not a single genuine relationship, that's literally none of your business. And for her to say, I want you to move on, but I want it to be genuine. So what if it's not? What if it's not genuine? Who the cares? Stop trying to make what goes on in Ryan's life your concern. She's sniffing around.
And I need this fighting, in a sense, to stop. Like, please, 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 can we just think about my child for a second in this and be wrong about it. That's all that I ask. I'm not trying to come at you. I'm not trying to prevent you from healing or getting a girlfriend. I'm happy if you do. My wish is that, I have my happiness with Ken, and you have
you
a
seem
happiness
real
with
happy.
someone that will love you the way you should be loved. Because I know you have a good heart. You have a good heart. And I'm hoping that you didn't let me ruin that good part in your heart that does love so openly.
Yeah, Ryan, I really hope my dark, black, empty, rotten soul didn't ruin your heart.
So I really, really wish the best for you if you're watching this. So with that being said, I'm going to be a mature adult. I hope you will too. And let's do the right thing and get divorced and then go about our lives. So with that being said, I have went on a rant long enough. And I hope that all of y'all have taken what I've said to heart and maybe had a little bit more understanding about where I'm coming from. I'm a frustrated ex-wife. He's a frustrated ex-husband. Like, we're gonna go through these tit for tat stuff, and unfortunately ours is just playing out in the media and ours is playing out on social media. So it's I wasn't right in the marriage. I didn't do right by my marriage. I know that there are things I can't take back. There are hurts I can't take back. But I can apologize and say that, yeah, I did wrong. I did wrong, not proud of it. I'm human, learning from my mistakes.
I can't stand when people say stuff like that. It's such a cop-out. But honestly, I wouldn't expect anything less from her. When people say things like, oh, I'm human, I'm learning from my mistakes, but don't actually learn from their mistakes or change their future behavior or explain what they learned and how they plan on changing. It's just so lazy. Like, yeah, we're all human, we're all learning, but that doesn't mean that all of us are making these massive, reckless, selfish mistakes. Being human doesn't excuse any of that. And quite frankly, a lot of these mistakes that you've made in your life are very much inhumane.
So with that being said, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go get dressed for the day, and I hope y'all all have a wonderful election day. Y'all are building a good future. I guess that's my inspirational quote for the day, I guess.
Girl, what does that even mean? Just stop. You're horrible at this. Bye. Yeah, so that video was a lot of manipulation, a lot of gaslighting, even though I hate using that word, a lot of weaponizing of her unborn child. It just feels gross, and I do honestly feel straight up gaslit. This whole thing is basically saying, you guys can't talk about me because I'm pregnant and it's stressing me out, and Ryan can do whatever he wants, but then when I do it, it's a problem. It's a double standard and it's so sexist. And it's like, no, girl, when you did it, you were married, you were literally cheating, and he's doing it now and moving on because you've left him. He's single now. I don't really know how it's so difficult to understand that. You literally used him when you got out of prison for a place to stay. You didn't want to stay with your parents, allegedly. Now you want to play the victim and you want everyone to feel sorry for you, because society is so sexist because they're not yes-girling you the way they are with Ryan, when we've been waiting for Ryan to move on. I feel like she does understand this, but she's trying to spin this like she always does and manipulate us into feeling sorry for her. But it's not going to work because we all see through her now. And that's what I think she needs to realize is like, we don't buy her shit anymore. We're gonna keep calling her out. All her little manipulation tactics, they're never gonna work anymore because we're onto her. They may have worked before when she was fooling the public, her and her mom when she was in her wheelchair, but we know the truth now. It ain't working ever again. And all I have to say is like, Gypsy, if this is so stressful for you and you feel so wronged by society, then girl, stay offline. Just stay offline. I thought you and Ken said in that podcast that you two stay offline. So why are you even here? She can't help herself. She has to come on here and try to spin things to make herself the victim and make herself look like she's the one that's being wronged. And the reality is what Ryan does online or offline is literally none of her business. And the fact that she even has an opinion about it is just completely wild. Completely wild. Ryan doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't owe your baby anything. He doesn't owe your family anything. And at this point, he is allowed to live his life however the hell he wants as a single man. And just when I thought the situation had come to an end, it didn't stop there, folks, because then Ruby came out. And for those of you who know Ruby, know exactly what I'm talking about.
Listen, baby, I know I was a bad girl, but come on. You'd have to be crazy not to take me back.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it's becoming pretty obvious that Gypsy is looking more and more unhinged lately. A lot of people think she's talking about Ryan in this last video for obvious reasons, and many are speculating that the reason she's spiraling is because now Ryan is closer than ever to spilling all of her dirty little secrets. But honestly, I have a completely different take on it. I don't really think she's worried about Ryan spilling her secrets. I think that Ryan is a really loyal guy, and she's very aware of that, in my opinion. I think what really got her upset was that she can finally now see that Ryan is starting to move on. And to her, this means that she's starting to lose her grips on him. This whole time, she, along with everyone else, have watched Ryan go through his healing process, venting on TikTok Live, sulking, being sad about her, to the point where people were growing concerned for him. But now that he's seemingly pulled himself out of that and has started to take baby steps, getting out there, looking happy again, kind of looking like he's starting to move on, she obviously doesn't like that. In my opinion, she likes having Ken and Ryan at odds with each other. We saw how she set that up on her Lifetime show. She literally turned those two men against each other. But if Ryan is no longer fighting for her and no longer jealous of Ken, and if there's another girl in the picture, she can't control him anymore. And she knows as long as he's wanting her back, like she said in the video, you know you want me back. As long as he's wanting her back, she knows she can still control him and control the narrative. But imagine if there was another girl in his life. He probably wouldn't listen to Gypsy anymore. He obviously would start listening to his new girlfriend, and Gypsy knows that she can't control another woman. I think deep down, Gypsy is a severely insecure person. And if Ryan isn't lusting after her and sad and wanting her back, then she loses that power and confidence that she's been desperately trying to hold on to. I don't think she really believes Ryan would ever spill her secrets. I think she believes that Ryan is so loyal that he would never. Maybe she'd be afraid that he would write a book or something or go on like a tell-all interview, but I don't think she really let Ryan in that much. I don't think she ever really told Ryan anything that serious that would land her back in prison or anything like that. Maybe Ryan knows secrets about her pettiness and how petty she is, and all of her with her family and all that kind of drama, which I don't think is that crazy. Even if it were to get out and Ryan were to spill it, I think more concerning is the stuff with her crime and her case. I think that's kind of more serious, and that's the kind of secrets and tea that we really want to hear. But I don't think she really told Ryan any of that. I think that's the kind of shit that she would take to her grave. I don't think she's really told anybody else about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I think it's more about control with her. I think her insecurity is so deep that she really doesn't want Ryan moving on because she really wants to control him still, because that's what's feeding her. That's what's keeping her confidence alive. I really don't think Ryan knows the deep, deep, dark secrets, But, that's just my take on the situation. What do I know? But I'd love to hear what you guys think. What do you think this behavior stems from? Why do you think she's keeping Ryan around and she's sniffing around? It's quite interesting. But let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.